Initially, we are shown a scene from 5,000 years ago when the Egyptians lived in tribes and the pyramids hadn't even been built. During that time, a dangerous tribe, led by Memnon, emerged. He attacked and conquered all the tribes. The reason for all these victories for Memnon was his sorceress, Cassandra, who, through her powers, could predict future victories or defeats. Memnon would formulate his plans accordingly. Only a few independent tribes remained, living in hiding. The chieftains of these remaining tribes also refused to fight Memnon, and the main reason for this was Memnon's sorceress, Cassandra. They knew full well that they would never be able to defeat Memnon with Cassandra present. However, the chieftain of one of these tribes, named Pharaoh, still wanted to fight Memnon. He called 3 brave warriors from a tribe who were extremely dangerous. The best of them was Mathayus. The Pharaoh asked them to kill Memnon's witch, Cassandra, and, in return, offered them the last few precious stones from his treasury. All 3 agreed to kill Cassandra, but Pharaoh's son was not at all happy with his father's decision. Mathayus and his companions began their journey towards Memnon. They reached the place where Memnon and Cassandra were staying and began searching for Cassandra. But before they could find Cassandra, Memnon's soldiers suddenly attacked them with arrows. Mathayus escaped, but his 2 companions were struck, killing one of them on the spot. The other, Mathayus's brother, is injured and captured by Memnon's soldiers. Meanwhile, Mathayus manages to reach Cassandra, the witch, and is about to kill her. But Cassandra tells him that he has been deceived. Just then, Memnon's soldiers arrive. Mathayus begins to fight with them. Suddenly, they capture him and take him to Memnon. The son of the chieftain Pharaoh also arrives. He has befriended Memnon by killing his father. Then, Memnon's soldiers bring Mathayus's brother, who is still alive. Memnon kills Mathayus's brother right in front of his eyes. Memnon is about to kill Mathayus too, when Cassandra stops him and tells him not to kill Mathayus. She says, "If you or any of your men kill Mathayus, you will be destroyed, and everything you have won will be lost, because the witch Cassandra has seen through her powers that Mathayus is one of the best men God has created." Memnon agrees. Instead of killing him, he buries him and a thief shoulder deep in the ground to punish them. His soldiers release smoke into a poisonous ant colony, which attracts the poisonous ants. Ants so dangerous that they can turn a person into a skeleton in a matter of minutes. But before this happens, the thief who was buried under the soil with Mathayus manages to free himself and also helps Mathayus escape, saving Mathayus's life. Now Mathayus sets out to avenge the death of his brother and companion by killing Memnon and the witch Cassandra. He begins to march towards Memnon's kingdom. On the other side, we see Memnon, who tells Cassandra that he wants to attack the remaining tribes and take over them. But Cassandra refuses, saying that fighting and bloodshed have never benefited anyone. To this, Memnon replies, "I want to rule the whole world, and after conquering it, I will marry you." The witch Cassandra replies, "If I form a relationship with you, all my powers will be lost forever." Memnon replies, "Once I conquer the whole world, we will no longer need your powers." On the other side, Mathayus and the thief now reach Memnon's kingdom, where a child steals the bag containing the precious stone from Mathayus. But Mathayus eventually captures the child. Actually, this child is from here. He knows everything about every place here. So Mathayus asks the child to take him to Memnon's palace in exchange for a precious stone. The child agrees, and Mathayus takes him inside the palace, where they find an old man making gunpowder. This old man is actually a scientist who invents new weapons for Memnon, but he also doesn't like Memnon because Memnon doesn't treat him well. So Memnon wants him to make gunpowder, which he will use in battle. Mathayus places a sword on the old man and asks him where he can find Memnon right now. The old man tells him that Memnon must be practicing swordsmanship. The child takes Mathayus to the place where Memnon was practicing. After this, Mathayus climbs up to the top of the palace and gives the child a precious stone to help him. Mathayus then aims at Memnon to kill him. He sees that Memnon's soldiers have captured the child, along with the precious stone he gave him, because they suspect he stole it. Memnon orders his soldiers to cut off the child's hand, as this is the punishment for theft in Egypt. Mathayus reluctantly shoots at the soldier to save the child. Memnon's soldiers spot him and start shooting arrows at him, but Mathayus escapes and runs into a room where the witch Cassandra is bathing. Mathayus kidnaps the witch and takes her out of Memnon's palace. Mathayus knew that Memnon would definitely come out of the palace to rescue her. When Memnon came to rescue his witch, he would kill him. After killing him, he would also kill the witch. After this, Mathayus takes the witch and sets off towards the Valley of the Dead. When night falls, the three of them sleep. The witch tries to escape, but Mathayus sees her and catches her. He asks, "Do you want to run away and go to Memnon?" The witch replies, "No, I will never go to him, because he has held me captive since childhood." Mathayus asked her, "Why did you help me that night?" The witch replied, "I saw in my prophecy that you would free me from Memnon's palace." Hearing this, Mathayus tells the witch, "If you want to leave, then you may go, but the world outside is even more dangerous than me." So the witch decides that she will stay with Mathayus. The next day, the three of them continue their journey, but Mathayus sees that Memnon has sent soldiers to kill them. Seeing this, Mathayus sets off to fight them alone. Mathayus knows that a storm is about to hit the desert, so he blindfolds himself to protect himself from the sandstorm. As Mathayus approaches the soldiers, a massive sandstorm comes from behind, making Memnon's soldiers unable to see. Taking advantage of this, Mathayus begins killing all of Memnon's soldiers one by one. But then, Memnon's commander spots a cave and quickly escapes with his remaining men. He takes the soldiers inside the cave. Mathayus follows them inside. Once inside, Mathayus kills the remaining soldiers one by one. Seeing this, the Memnon commander, terrified, runs out of the cave to save his life. Mathayus shoots him, but before dying, the commander shoots Mathayus with an arrow. The arrow, which Memnon had given him, was laced with scorpion poison, spreading the poison throughout Mathayus's body, causing him to fall unconscious. At night, he is on the verge of death, but the witch Cassandra uses her magic to remove the poison from his body, thus saving Mathayus's life. The next morning, when Mathayus wakes up, he finds a bird with Memnon's soldiers' gear beside it. He uses the bird to send a message to Memnon that all his soldiers have been killed. Memnon lies to everyone, saying Mathayus is dead, so that his soldiers' morale does not break before the battle. His soldiers repeatedly ask him about Cassandra, to which Memnon lies, saying that Cassandra is at the palace and is not feeling well because he doesn't want Cassandra's absence to demoralize his army. Meanwhile, Mathayus, Cassandra, and the thief wander the desert in search of water when a blast occurs. They see that it is the same old man who was making gunpowder for Memnon in the palace and has now succeeded in perfecting the gunpowder. In fact, the old man has escaped from the palace because Memnon found out that Mathayus had helped him. He is overjoyed to see Cassandra there. The four of them then set off in search of water. They finally find water at a place, but suddenly, a large number of soldiers arrive and capture them all and take them to a tribe where many people are hiding from Memnon. Then, the tribe's chief, whom Mathayus already knew, emerges. However, the two didn't like each other at all. The chief now wants to kill them all, but the queen of the tribe arrives and tells him not to do so. The chief refuses and tells his soldiers to bring the witch Cassandra to him. Mathayus tells him that whoever comes to Cassandra must first fight him. This enrages the tribe's chief, who steps forward to fight Mathayus. A battle ensues between him and the chief. The chief is overpowering, but despite his strength, Mathayus ultimately defeats him. He tells him that they both have the same enemy, Memnon, so they should fight together against him, not each other. The chief asks him who will face Memnon's massive army. Mathayus replies, "We will all do it together." The chief agrees and allows them to stay in the tribe. Night falls, and a little girl comes to Cassandra. Then she has a vision in which she sees that Memnon has attacked the tribe and wreaked havoc, killing many innocent people. Distressed, she goes to Mathayus and tells him everything about her vision, to which Mathayus tells her that Memnon will die at his hands. Then Cassandra has another vision, and this time she sees Mathayus being struck by an arrow, wounding him and breathing his last. After Cassandra regains consciousness, she tells Mathayus that if he confronts Memnon, he will be killed, and that this is his destiny. Mathayus replies, "I will write my own destiny." The two gradually grow closer, and as Cassandra had previously said, if she gets too close to anyone, she will lose all her powers. So now, all her powers are gone. At night, Cassandra leaves, taking Mathayus's camel, and heads for Memnon's palace, unwilling to let innocent people in the tribe die because of her. The next morning, when Mathayus learns that the witch Cassandra has returned to the palace, he sets off alone to rescue her, as he doesn't want Cassandra to become Memnon's prisoner again. However, the tribe's leader refuses to let him go alone. saying, "We will go with you." Meanwhile, we see Memnon in his palace, where everyone is enjoying themselves. His soldiers repeatedly ask him about Cassandra, who has to go to war the next day. Memnon has no answer and lies to them again, saying she is ill. Just then, Cassandra arrives and tells Memnon, "You will win the battle tomorrow. Your enemies will come here themselves, and you will defeat them easily." Memnon now becomes suspicious of Cassandra, believing she has lost her powers. He locks her in his room. He then kills the soldier who was repeatedly asking about Cassandra and tells his special soldier to guard the palace. Meanwhile, Mathayus and the people of that tribe also enter the palace, where the old man who made the gunpowder, along with the thief, begins laying the gunpowder in front of the palace. Next, we see Memnon, who, to test the witch Cassandra's powers, has ordered 6 pots. 4 of them contain poisonous snakes, and 2 are empty. He asks her to put her hand inside one of the empty pots, but the witch Cassandra puts her hand inside the pot containing the snake, takes it out, and says, "Your time has come." Before Memnon can kill Cassandra, Mathayus arrives. Now Memnon and Mathayus face each other, and a fight ensues. Meanwhile, we see the tribe's chief killing Memnon's soldiers. Then, Pharaoh's son arrives, the same one who killed his own father and joined forces with Memnon. Because of this, Mathayus' brother was also killed. Now, the tribe's chief kills him. Meanwhile, when Mathayus throws the arrow, a soldier of Memnon arrives and is about to shoot Mathayus with an arrow. Before he can do so, the witch Cassandra rushes toward him, hoping to save Mathayus. When Mathayus sees this, he grabs Cassandra and turns around, causing the arrow to hit him in the back. This is the same scene Cassandra saw in her vision. Then, the soldier, armed with his sword, advances toward Mathayus, but before he can do so, Cassandra kills him. Mathayus, now deeply wounded, spots a bow lying nearby, picks it up, removes the arrow from his back, and aims it at Memnon. Memnon, who is adept at blocking such arrows, tries to stop it, but this time, the arrow is so powerful that it hits Memnon in the chest, and Memnon begins to fall from the top of the palace. At the same time, the thief sets fire to the gunpowder, causing a massive explosion. Memnon falls directly into the fire, burning to death. Thus, Memnon is finished, and everyone there accepts Mathayus as their king. Then, we see the next morning, where the members of the tribe are returning to their own homes. The chieftain, who has now bidden farewell to Mathayus, sets off for his tribe. Cassandra tells Mathayus, "There will be happiness and peace in our kingdom," to which Mathayus replies, "I've heard that if you get close to someone, your powers are lost. So how did you see all this?" Cassandra tells him, "I lied. My powers are with me." Mathayus asks her, "How long will there be happiness and peace in the kingdom?" Cassandra replies, "Nothing is immortal forever, and this is the fate of every kingdom." To which Mathayus replies, "We will write our own destiny and that of this kingdom." The two then kiss, and with this, the story ends. I hope you liked this movie explain video. If you want to see more similar movie explain videos, then you can watch this video by clicking here. Now I go and see you in the next video.